giving them eternal life. He who drinks this water, the water that we usually drink, will be thirsty again. But he who drinks the water I will give him, this water will bubble up to eternal life, and it will go on forever. The inside story here, this lady, you know, it was not a well-liked lady. She came at the time when nobody was around the well, so that she doesn't have to make conversation. Somebody may ask about what's her profession, and she didn't want to tell them. This lady was married 5 times, 5 husbands, and the man that she lives with now is not her husband. And I feel for the lady. I really do. The more I read this story, the more I feel for the lady. She is like me. She's like us most of the time. We look at other people to meet our need. But when there's no one, absolutely no one on earth can meet our every need. Only Jesus. Only Jesus. So Jesus said, you can drink this water, or you can keep going to where man will supply your needs. But you'll still be thirsty and hungry. You take the water I'm offering you, it will remain with you forever. I'm reading the story of Glenn Campbell in Rhinestone Cowboy. I didn't know he was so messed up. His wife today is his number 4th wife. He tried to have his need met by mankind or womankind. And no matter how rich he was, a millionaire many times over, he was still thirsting. Drugs and alcohol, he tried the whole thing, did not satisfy. In the eyes of man, of course, it looked like he was making it. But he's still empty. So for you and for me, Jesus is saying, like Paul said, I can do all things through Christ, not through the human instrumentality, but through God, you can. You can. So do not look to other people to meet your basic need. That's where God comes in. That's his business. And lastly, number 5. Roadblock number 5, refusing to change when God speaks. When God speaks and gives you a word, follow it. Acts 10, 12 through 15. Read that together, please. Well, I may stay back and preach and I hear down there. In the sheet were all sorts of animals, reptiles and birds. Then a voice said to him, get up, Peter, kill and eat. No, Lord, Peter declared, I have never eaten anything that our Jewish law have declared impure and unclean. But the voice spoke again, do not call something unclean if God has made it clean. There are times our tradition, sometimes not even biblical tradition, but human tradition, interfere with the voice of God. Sometimes when God commanded us to do something or say something, we said, I can't do that because my tradition doesn't include that. In Samoa, we met the representative from Fiji in 1979. 1979. It's a 6-hour flight from here to Fiji. And Inoki said, Ray, why don't you come and be our pastor in Fiji? We'll bring you 2 times a year to preach in our church here, but you will be the pastor. In the work of the Southern Baptist Convention, there was a foreign mission board and home mission board. Foreign territory comes under the foreign mission board. Home territory, like American Samoa, come under the home mission board. They told us, Lena and I, when we went to Samoa, you stay in American territories. So when this call came to go to Fiji, I said, oh, we can't do that because we are home missionaries. That's foreign missionaries' territory. We are in Fiji. Now, who do you think interpreted that thing wrong? God does not know any boundaries. Those are man-made traditions. We finally get to Fiji, but how many years later? Because I said, no, God, the home mission board and the foreign mission board said, you stay where we say for you to stay. We could have missed, if we never did go back, we could have missed what we're experiencing today with Fiji, because somebody preferred to listen to tradition of men instead of the voice of God. So ask yourself, let's ask ourselves, do I strive only for the comfortable life? Do I seek only to live on a mountaintop life experience? Do I stay where success is happening only? Do I look to men to meet my basic needs instead of God? And do I prefer to listen to man and his tradition instead of God? These and more, I'm sure, are some of the roadblocks that's keeping us from experiencing the greater life. Our leaving Makakilo Baptist Church as your pastor is part of that journey. I don't know what's out there for Lena and I, but I know He spoke. God may be speaking to you to do the same. It may be you alone. It may be in your profession. It may be your family. But God may be saying, do this, Janet. Do this, Bruce. Do this, Doreen. Make sure that the decision you make will be in line with the voice of God and His command instead of the traditions of men.